A very good morning to Miss Hafiza and welcome to LAX 2049. I've got the news for you, Group 33, Group Discussion Video number 2. I'm Deva Rajan Chevan. My metric number is 196256. I'm from the Faculty of Agriculture and study Bachelor in Agricultural Science.
My name is Tsau Ern Sien, my metric number is 196181 and I'm Deva's classmate.
My name is Gui Jia and my metric number is 198284. I'm studying Bachelor of Animal Science and from Agriculture.
My name is Xuan Zi. My matrix number is 197317. I'm from the Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences. Hello everyone, my name is Tan Tong Xin. My matrix number is 199342. I'm Gui Jia classmate.
Hi everyone, my name is Selene Teh. My metric number is 197780 and I'm from Faculty Agriculture and now I'm currently studying same course with Jenny and Gui Jia.
Hi, I'm Yi Ling and my matrix number is 198114 and I'm from Faculty Biotechnology.
Hi, my name is Yi Ling. My matrix number is 196898 and I'm Xuan Zi and Yi Ling's classmate.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about our first newspaper section would be about health. Okay, so Jenny, would you like to start first?
Yes, I would like to start with my news first. Okay, I found out one news with the title, Here's How to Prevent Yourself from Being Infected, which is written by Dr. Malcolm Lam and was published in the Star News publication. I was select this news because I think that it is important to share this news to everyone because nowadays our world are affected by COVID-19. So, according to Dr. Malcolm Lam, he thinks that hand washing with soap and water and or the use of alcohol hand sanitizer is needed to keep our hands clean in order to prevent the infections, especially the COVID-19. And he also mentioned that clean hand is more important than wearing a mask because it is useful to avoid the infection to spread. And this because many infection diseases can be spread easily if we are not washing our hands properly. Besides that, I read this news, so I understand that he said how the microorganism will spread onto human hands and also the environment. So if the microbes on the hands are not washed properly, then they can be passed from one person to another person. So thereby the spreading of the illness is easily. And lastly, I think that the message on hand hygiene is important because it should be shared with it should be shared to everyone to wash their hands frequently, and it will and helps us to help this hand washing become a daily habit. So it's important for me to choose this news as our health sections in our news publications. So any suggestion from others?
Okay, next the health news that I choose is about the hand-foot mouth diseases, where it is written by Metro News and is published on 7th of September 2019. And hand-foot mouth disease is a common disease among children and it is contagious and is caused by a virus, and it can spread through saliva, nasal secretions, cough or sneeze when have close contact with the infected person. So the early symptoms that occurs is the fever, having fever, reduced appetite, and later will develop mouth ulcers and painful lashes on the tongue, gums, and around the lips. Then will notice red rashes on their feet and mouth. Then the treatment to cure this disease is to drink more water and stay hydrated. And ways to avoid from getting this disease is that you have to maintain a good hygiene practice in daily life, like frequently hand washings, and also avoid close contact with the person who infected with hand, foot, mouth diseases. The reason why I choose this news is that I want to address that even though hand, foot, mouth diseases is not a really serious illness, but it can spread quickly obesity once having contact with an infected person. So prevention is better than cure. So through this, we'll hope that people can get more alert about this disease, even though it only happened in children, but once it also have chances to occur in adult as well. So yeah, this is why I choose this health news to be my publish. Yeah.
Next, I will go with my topic, which is obesity. Before I start, do you know how one person is conducted with obesity?
BMI?
Yeah. You know how to calculate that?
No, I can read.
Yeah. It's basically taking your height, which is in meter, divide by your weight. So I've taken an article published from World Health Organization, and it has some statistics here. The worldwide obesity has nearly tripled since 1975. And in 2016, there are more than 1.9 billion adults 18 years and older were overweight. Of these, 650 million were obese. So basically, what is obesity? Obesity is a similar term to overweight, and it is defined as an abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that may impair health. Why is this so? Why is the people nowadays are more prone to obesity? This is because they are leading a sedentary lifestyle, and they are not aware of what are they eating. And I have a solution for this is we have to go for sports, lead a healthy lifestyle to prevent us from getting obesity.
Okay, it's my turn. So today I want to share about irregular sleep patterns. Basically like having no regular sleeping time and waking schedules. So I want to ask, what time did you guys sleep? Every time? Is it every day the same time or what?
Depends.
Sharp. This is healthy. for you. It's not really good to have no regular sleeping time because I just read an article from the Megan Brillinger. She said that regular sleep pattern may affect heart health. Like it can cause cardiovascular disease. because there's a study they founded by the National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute. They say they have made research for around 5 years. They follow around 1,000 people, men and women, that around age of 45 to 84, and then they check their sleeping pattern using an ethic fact if they were obese to check their sleeping pattern. So after 5 years, they found out that out of 1,000 people, around 100 over have the disease. Before that, they don't have that cardiovascular disease. So yeah, we should be careful though. because they say that there's a doctor. They say doctor from the Nobel Health Center. They say if anything that affects the body's circadian rhythm or sleep cycle can contribute to inflammations. So this inflammation will continue to construct the cholesterol plaque. So it can lead to heart attack. So when a patient don't have sleep patterns like a regular one, there's a reduction of hormone prolactin. So it will cause us to eat more and less exercise. So they will lead to more like obesity and then type 2 diabetes. So yeah. So and then there's the Center of Disease Control and Prevention that reports that most adults need at least 7 hours and regular sleep times.
So that to my lecture.
Yeah, it's necessary to have 7 hours above.
Period.
Does it include naps, the 7 hours? No, it's not. It's like a undisturbed sleep. So to diabetes, high blood pressure, and depression.
Oh, depression.
And
That's
also-
why that's why I always stare at the wall.
That's why, yeah, you should sleep at the same time every day to prevent that.
Sleep at 2 every day.
If you want to sleep at 2, sleep at 2 every day. And then after 7 hours.
Yeah, wake up at 9.
Wake up at 9, no need to go to it.
Yeah, that's from me, my news for today. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Tsau Ern Sien, and today I'd like to talk about mental health issues. So I got this article from the Star News Online, which is written from Sandy Clark. Okay, so the name of this article is called "Mental Health Issues Are a Real Thing." I chose this topic because when your mental health is disrupted, it's almost the same as your physical health being disrupted. Like if you have a flu, it's the same thing as your mental health. Like you can't function properly with the flu. Same goes as when your mindset is not right, when your mind is not in the right space, and you practically won't function well the whole day as what you're supposed to. So I think it's very important to highlight that, because even till today some people still don't get that mental health issues are as important as your body health issues. So according to the national survey conducted last year, because of mental health issues, our economy lost 18.6 billion ringgit because of it. This is probably because when people are trying to go to work in a non-healthy mindset, it will lose money because they are being less productive, and sometimes they might even call in sick. So unnecessarily, and that's why. And so Sandy even found out that 1 in every 3 Malaysians are suffering from depression, and sometimes they don't even know about it. So I think it's very important to highlight about it, and you have to be more conscious about it. And according to Dr. Chua, the person Sandy interviewed, and it is observed that in Asian countries such as Malaysia, that Asian workers tend to have higher rate of depression, but it's not very obvious because in Asian culture we are used to hiding it. So sometimes it could be very dangerous, and so it's very important to talk about issues like this. And then, unlike a physical injury, being stressed or depressed can be very difficult to spot because it's not physical, but it affects mentally. So we have to be more cautious about it. And the problem of treating those issues is amplified by cultural perspective of mental health, like some false stigma of it, like you're just thinking too much, so you have just sleep more. No, it's something wrong. It's somewhere. So you really have to look for a counselor or psychiatrist to talk about it. And sometimes it's even difficult to talk about it because not all of us are very open about issues. So I think it's very important to highlight about this. Treating mental health is not as easy as it sounds. How about you, Deva?
As the saying goes, life would pale if it were all sugar. Salt is bitter if it taken by itself, but when tasted as a part of the dish, it savors the meal.
Yeah.
So-
I love food.
So I choose the topic, The Sweet Danger of Sugar, which is published by Harvard Men's Health Watch publication from Harvard Medical School. Although sugar tastes sweet, but it has a bittersweet reputation when it comes to health. It occurs naturally in all food, which means natural sugar is okay to be consumed. But the problems occur when we consume too much of added sugar. What is added sugar? That is sugar that food manufacturers add to the products to increase the flavor or even the shelf life. Generally, we know that almost all of the processed food are the main sources of the added sugar. But added sugar is also present in the items that we wouldn't even know where the sugar is present, such as soups, bread, cured meats, and even ketchup, whereby it is sweetened but we cannot taste the sweet, but it is added by the added sugar. In the American diet, the top sources are soft drinks, fruit drinks, flavored yogurts, cereals, cookies, cakes, candy, and most of the processed food. But As the results say, we consume way too much of sugar, whereby adult men taking an average of 24 teaspoons of added sugar per day, according to National Cancer Institute. Actual sugar impact on obesity and diabetes is well documented, but one area that may surprise many men is how their taste for sugar can have a serious impact on their heart health, which means consumption of added sugar is more dangerous to men compared to women. But we usually think women are more susceptible to the yeah. But it is not. It's actually men who are more susceptible to any form of diseases that due to the consumption of added sugar. In the study published in 2014 in JAMA International Medicine by Dr. Hu and his colleagues found an association between a high sugar diet and a greater risk of dying from heart disease. Over the course of the 15-year of study, people who got 17% to 21% of their calories from added sugar had 38% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular diseases compared to those who consume 8% of the calories as added sugar. Which means apart from irregular sleeping, consumption of added sugar also can lead to cardiovascular diseases. So, what is the sufficient amount of sugar that we should take? Even nobody has the answer for it. But it is advisable to take 24 teaspoons of added sugar per day. But it's really hard to say since sugar is not a required nutrient in our diet. I think that's all from me.
Okay, so the topic I choose is an article from CNN Health. The title is "It's not just secondhand smoke that's dangerous, third-hand smoke can be too." Okay, so a new study conducted by Yale University concluded that third-hand smoke can be harmful to one's health too. So anyone knows what third-hand smoke? No, right? So third-hand smoke are residues of nicotine and other chemicals in tobacco that remain long after active smoking is over. Like some of these chemicals will stick to surface, dust particles, and even to a smoker's bodies and looks. So like the interesting part of this study is that they found that a huge spike in the level of hazardous chemicals in a non-smoking movie theater after moviegoers arrive. Like the compounds from the tobacco smoke hitch a ride on people's clothes, skin, and hair, and then evaporate slowly over time over a process called off-gassing. Like, of course, the concentration of these chemicals will decrease over time, but they will not be completely disappear after the audience left. And the compounds released into the environment may react with oxidants or other particles in the atmosphere and can create harmful airborne byproducts which will then be inhaled by us, which will harm our respiratory systems. Yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, some of this is like about polio disease. It is written by Clarissa Chong by the staff. And then it actually is saying about like our country is actually free from this disease for almost like 27 years. So like they found out that last year a baby boy from Tsau Ern Sien infected by this polio disease. So actually right, they found like the baby infected with circulating vaccine derived from polio virus type 1. So actually it originates from a weakened polio virus. So for those who didn't vaccinated, so they only will be infected. So actually like the whole news is about like better we vaccinated the polio vaccine. So like our community will free from this virus.
Okay, so now we can choose our
Two news.
two news to be published. So I really like Ern Sien's topic about mental health because I know people who died from depression. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think like Jenny one's quite good as like now the most hot topic is like COVID-19, right? So maybe it include in our news publication so you can like raise the awareness of the public.
yeah. Okay. So anyone disagree with these two topics? No.
No.
Okay. So we'll publish these two topics in our news.
Then like our next session like will be like
lifestyle?
Okay, yeah, sure.